quite a few crosses, whether that's via Neildon and Jess Naz, Ash Neville too. But to be fair to London City, the defenders are positioning themselves well and dealing with these crosses. So I think that, you know, Tottenham needs to try and mix it up a little bit, not just always getting the crosses in. Can they work the box, try and get some of those intricate passes in, and try and work chances another way, because London City are reading it really well so far and dealing with those crosses coming in.
Spurs were a goal down against Liverpool in their last game before coming back to win 2-1, so they have shown resilience already this season. Lost at Chelsea prior to that, but they've beaten Brighton and Leicester, and the other defeat coming at the hands of Manchester City. Incidentally, they did win the first 2 games of the season, going well in the League Cup also, top of their particular section after a shootout win over Aston Villa and a win over Birmingham. Sorry about that, Karis.
I knew that was coming at some point. It's okay though, I was a former Spurs player too, so it's all good.
Imran. Linari. Flick forward to that right-hand side. Oh, just a bit of an awkward tumble off the pitch. It's goal scorer that's gone down, Freya Godfrey, but back up on her feet. Oh, just wonder what the coach is going to do here. Won't want to change things just yet. Plenty of time in this fixture.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be too worried at the moment. Like you say, there's only 20 minutes gone. Spurs have got plenty of time to get back in it, and like you mentioned earlier, they've proven already that they have that resilience to bounce back, and they're still looking calm, keeping the ball. So yeah, I don't think he'll be too worried just yet.
Spence to come forward. Paris. Three shots apiece for London City Lionesses and Tottenham, 2 on target for the hosts. Possession, though, very much in Spurs' favour, dominating the ball at the moment. Nottingham's side down at the minute by a 1-0. Goodwin manages to win it back. Euro looking to curl one, just gets underneath that one a little.
Yeah, he should be disappointed with that, but good initial pressure there from Izzy Goodwin's done really well to close the centre-back down, Kogan win it. That's what she's up there for, the hard work we mentioned about earlier, and nice pass picked out there by Nikita Parrish. You can see what she's trying to do. There were plenty of bodies in the way for Spurs there, making it difficult for Glory to get the shot off, but yeah, I think just lent back a bit on that one. Need to get over the ball to try and curl it into that top corner.
Paris. Linari. Neville gets ready to take the throw. And Spurs have responded well in terms of possession, but just need to find a way through this London City Lionesses defence. Aslani, always confident with the ball at her feet. Nikita Parrish. Sangare. This is Fernandez. It's a little loose. Still might work out for London City, and does. Game was just slowed down a little bit, fairly frantic in the opening 15 minutes or so.
I think there needs to be a little bit more movement from Spurs. I think that naturally then increases the intensity if the players are moving and wanting to get on the ball. But yeah, I think they need a bit more urgency. Ultimately, they are 1-0 down. They need to get back into this game sooner rather than later. So I think just a bit more urgency and movement from them is definitely required at the minute.
And, you know, just speaking with his coaches on the sidelines there. No need to change it just yet. But he will know that at some stage he might have to tweak the tactics and maybe introduce one or two Spurs supporters who have made the short trip here, shielding their eyes as they look into the sun, hopeful that their side can turn it around. Further discussion from Martin and the team on the bench. Maybe Nikita Paris was being impeded there, but it doesn't go London City Lionesses' way.
From playing against Nikita, she's never scared to shout for a foul, so I think that was the instance there. But I think no, Koga's done well there just to get the other side of her and deflected off Paris out for a throw-in.
Yeah, she's forever busy, isn't she? She closes down, she gets through an awful lot of work off the ball, and still fairly dynamic in attacking positions. Oh, now then, this time Nikita Paris, though, is going to fall foul. They're on a yellow card as well.
Yeah, I'd like to watch that one back. I think the referee maybe rushed on that decision based on Drew Spence's reaction. Didn't look too bad from what I could see, but Drew's done well there to work that and get Nikita in the book. Yeah, I don't know. From my point of view, not sure there was too much in it there. Maybe this. Yeah, no, I think Drew's done well there to get her in the book, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit unlucky. She did sort of land on the Spurs player. I'm not quite sure if it was intentional. She was taken off her feet herself, but she's into the book nonetheless. Cooled in and comfortably collected by Ellen later.
Yeah, I think Neil Dunn were disappointed with that delivery. You've got bodies forward, you know, Claire Hunt and Koga are getting forward, and yeah, disappointing delivery that just ran straight into the goalkeeper's hands. I think anytime they get a set piece, they really need to try and make the most of that and focus on the quality of delivery there.
Aslani, this is Paris. Goodwin has made a positive move. Paris wants it back. Can she hold it up? It's just behind Paris, and Spurs should clear. Neville. Last meeting between the pair was in the Cup back in January of 2023. 5-0 success for Spurs. If England was on the score sheet that day, Carius Harrop was in the Spurs lineup.
I definitely wasn't on the score sheet, though. I can probably tell you that much.
9 goals in 2 cup games, the last 2 fixtures that Spurs have put past London City Lionesses, but London City Lionesses are a very different animal now, that is for sure. Paris breaking forward on the left-hand side, looking to just about keep this one in play. She does well, wins a throw. Gone the other way. Not getting the decisions at the minute.
I think she has every right to shout at the ref and appeal for that one. I think Ash Neville's done really well here to get back and stop the play. And yeah, I think the last touch was off Ash Neville, so yeah, no surprise there that Nikita's shocked with that decision.
Spurs win it back and come forward with a bit of menace here from Holtz. Tries to just thread it through, but Lindbergh unable to get there, and it will be a throw in here for Tottenham.
Yeah, that was a real nice play there initially from Holt. Managed to squeeze herself out of a difficult situation, and she really does bring that quality. I was talking to people earlier, and I think she's a real key player for Tottenham. She has that ability to unlock chances for a team. Just showing about the final ball there, but yeah, real danger for Spurs. I think they need to try and get her on the ball as much as they can.
So London City Lionesses lead by a goal to nil. Godfrey's effort inside the opening 10, the difference so far. Spurs have been probing away. But Leti hasn't really had a significant save to make just yet. The running XG, incidentally, 0.32, 0.11. So not that many clear-cut opportunities between these two in the opening 28 minutes. This is Paris to flick it forwards. Goodwin to use a pace between Spurs defenders. Neville will play it back. Touch for Kopp. And now Ashley Neville again. Here comes the London City Lioness press. Can't quite win it back. Neat touch from Holt to turn away from Kumagai, and she showed really good physicality and pace. Still coming away from the Japanese player. Holt will not be dispossessed, and then it's curled inside the box. And eventually it's flicked up into the air. And Spurs unable to create a clear-cut opportunity there, but a really good run.
Yeah, excellent run there from Holt, doing exactly what we were just talking about. And I like the fact she didn't just go down. You know, a lot of players in this day and age will just go down and win the foul, but she wanted to carry on and drive and try and create the opportunity herself. Real shame she wasn't able to get a shot off at the end of all that hard work, but yeah, real good play there from Holt.
Yeah, she looks good with the ball at her feet. Skillful player, strong as well, as we saw there. She's got a couple of goals this season in the WSL, also netted in the League Cup this season. Yeah, I've seen her score some good goals from distance as well, so here you can see, look, yeah, really doing well to hold off Kumagai there and just get her body across and make it difficult for her to try and win the ball. But yeah, off balance. Thought she might have been able to get a share, but I think Sangari done enough just to put her off, and yeah, she didn't come to an end for her after such a promising run. Danish international, played in the recent Nations League fixture against Finland. Neville. Sangari shows pace, but again the ball forward is a little loose, asking too much of Aslani.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Miran so far at left back. I think she's done well defensively, but skipped past Ash Neville a couple of times as Ash has come to close her down. But trying to play those balls with her left foot, whipping it round to Nikita Paris or Izzy Goodins. I think that could be a real good battle today down this side between Imran, Jess Naz and also Ash Neville, certainly when Imran bombs on. So yeah, I've been impressed with her play so far.
Just past the half hour, yeah, she's been in and out the starting lineup. Returning today, always looks to get forward. Later to clear. Slowly to flick back, here she goes again. Strong in possession, keeps it in. It ricochets well for London City Lionesses, and a good ball down the line here if Nikita Paris can make it hers. Not quite, just too much on it. Safety first here from Kopp.
London City have identified that there's that space in behind. I think Ash Neville naturally as a defender likes to press and get forward to close her players down, but then from a London City perspective then that creates that space, and Nikita Paris and Izzy Goodwin need to make the most of that. So I think that's definitely a tactic that could work for London City today, is trying to draw the fullbacks out and then playing the ball in behind, certainly when you've got the pace of Izzy Goodwin up top.
Sangari for Gayore, looking for Goodwin. Gayore tries to go again, but Spurs managed to win it back. Sangari out of position, but she slides in to win it and does get the ball. Combative football from Sangari, who stayed down for now. Gayore has possession. What can Gayore do here? She's under pressure herself. Spence tries to win it. Fernandez comes forward. No quarter asked or given here. And just a little bit of afters. Gayore squaring up.
Lots of ones going in the book here. I assume maybe Nilden.
So, cautions are going to be applied to which players after that melee? Who does Stacey Pearson want to speak with? Caution given to Nilden, as we thought. Free kick to London City.
So great opportunity now for London City. About, what, 10-15 minutes to go in the half. They can get another goal before half-time and go into the break 2-0 up. I think they'll be really pleased with that. So, yeah, real good opportunity for them now.
Aslani to take. Curled in flat trajectory, it's flicked away and should be able to complete the job on this near side. Looks to take a run at Fernandez here. Recovering from the right full back over on the left-hand side. It will be a throw-in to the home team. Paris wants to take it quickly. She's going to leave it for Rofia Imran. Imran. It goes long. Spurs win it immediately. Can't make anything of it. This is Fernandez. Godfrey with a layoff. Fernandez again. Kumagai will make the run. Shoulder to shoulder with Spence, but she's done well and then she's fouled. And that's going to be another free kick, and it might be another yellow card here.
The referee's given the decision the other way. I'm not too sure whether there was some play beforehand. Kumagai pulled, maybe she's giving it for that, pulling Drew spot of the shoulder, I think. I think Drew was lucky to get away with that then.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be the other way around. Maybe there was just initial pulling from the London City player. That's the way it's gone. Free kick has been wasted a little bit potentially here. This is Fernandez. Spurs look to press. Kumagai launches it forwards. Godwin tries to put a bit of pressure on Hunt. That's going to be a throw-in for Tottenham. Well, this is the incident that Spurs, with half-hearted appeals to the referee for a penalty. Was Nilden caught here?
It's difficult to say. I think the replay there was quite blurry, wasn't it? But yeah, definitely worth a shout anyway.
Neville keeps it in. Naz. Clip forward. Naz once again. Someone. This is Spence. Shooting position potentially. Now it's with Holtz. Really is for her. Block and another block. Too many players in the way of London City. Oh, and then a sliding challenge comes in from Kumagai, and the referee points to the spot.
Yeah, there's big appeals there, and Kumagai doesn't seem I think it was a penalty. It'd be interesting to watch the replay back. Did Drew Spence just get in there and nick the ball away from her? I wasn't sure if Kumagai managed to get a touch on the ball or whether Drew did nip in. Let's have a look as the shot comes in. Yeah, it's a penalty. Drew just gets her foot in. She does really well there, knowing that Kumagai's lunging in with her leg, and I think she's managed to just nip it in, I think. I'm not too sure from that replay, but it did look like it from the initial replay. And yeah, a great opportunity now for Tottenham to get back into the game.
Tanberg to take, up against Leite, who's faced 4 penalties this season, hasn't saved any. Beth England is 1 from 1 for Spurs. She's off the pitch, of course. Thumped home, though, by Tanberg. And we're all square at the Copper Jacks Community Stadium. Thumped down the middle, hit with real power. And we're 1 apiece with 7 minutes or so to go until half-time. Martin Ho's side back on terms.
Yeah, it's a vital goal and great finish for Tottenham there. And Tanberg, like you say, slightly off-centre, but just gets the laces behind it, drills it right down the middle. I've hardly mentioned Tanberg's name this half. She's hardly got on the ball, but when she has and took the penalty, she's made it count. And yeah, real vital goal for Spurs just to get back into the game right before half-time.
Well, they've hung in there, haven't they, Tottenham? We've not seen an awful lot of big chances created by Martin Ho's team, but certainly a penalty. Not quite sure why Kumagai was complaining, because she didn't get the ball first and foremost, and Spence did well. Oh, meanwhile, underneath the studs of Leite here, but she recovers to clear. Spurs buoyed by that leveller coming forward again.
Yeah, Tottenham really need to make the most of this momentum now, while London City are in a bit of shock and disappointment about the goal. And they need to try and capitalise on the momentum and see if they can nick another one before half-time.
Just a loss of concentration momentarily from Ellen Leite, who's a good keeper, ever present so far this season, signed from Real Sociedad. A lot of experience. Nilden moves away from Godfrey. Godfrey wins it back momentarily. Kumagai pushes it forward. London City come again. Still Kumagai. It's not the worst for Goodwin to take the shot on, but always going wide. She snatched at that one a little, maybe.
Yeah, nice forward play there from London City, and it's fell to Goodwin on the edge of the box. Like you say, I think she just snapped it a little bit. Probably had a bit more time than she might have thought, but good initial play. Nice little offloading pass there to Kumagai, and she's done well to find. I think that, again, the defenders are in the way, so maybe could have tried to whip it round down to this near side post, but again, just important to try and get a shot off. You know, you don't know whether you get a shot, could have take a deflection and go in. So good attitude there from Izzy Goodwin just to try and get the shot off.
Touch for Goodwin. Nilden wins it back. London City have a throw. Aslani. Kioro. Godfrey with a shot, but that's a comfortable save from Kopp.
It's worth a try, isn't it? But on left foot, what, 25 yards out. Bit ambitious, but like you say, if you don't shoot, you don't score.
Really catch it, did she? Nilden goes long. Spurs on the move. Sangari is favourite to get to this. Now it's with Leite. And now Linari. Straight ball for Paris to battle with, but it's fed forward again. And, well, the offside flag has gone up here against Wimberg. She was in a good position. Maybe should have been looking along the line. It was tight.
Yeah, it's disappointing that from Wimberg there. If she'd have just got back a little bit early, she'd have been through on goal. As Ash Neville made the tackle there, good front foot defending from her. I could see Wimberg had acres of space, but yeah, just caught offside. Whereas if she'd been a bit quicker to get back on side, it would have been a great opportunity for her. She was right through central on goal.
Spencer's header. Naz to keep it in. Ashley Neville's header at Nikita Paris. Ricochets off for another Spurs throw. Well, they've had more of the ball. Tend to think an equaliser is about fair. Came from the spot after a rash challenge from Kumagai, who's hunting possession back again here. It's laid off by Holt, who's at the forefront of everything good, really, for Spurs in that central area. Very much the creator-in-chief for Tottenham. This is Fernandez to aim it back. Sangari under pressure from Tanberg. London City Lionesses come again. Injection of pace here from Godfrey, tries to slip it through for Goodwin, but Koga's in the way. And the Japanese star to come forward for Tottenham. Naz. Koga. To the edge of the area. Sangari will deal with it comfortably. Kumagai to clip it forward. Goodwin's on the move again here. She got the pace and strength to get through. And she's managed to win it back inside the area, however. The referee has intervened here. Just a little too forceful.
No, I don't think so. I think it was a good challenge there from Goodwin. She's done well to put Hunt under pressure and just used her body ultimately. You know, I think Hunt could have been a bit stronger there, and there you can see Goodwin's frustrations with the referee. I think there's been a couple of decisions now which London City haven't been best pleased about, but yeah, in my eyes, I think that was a good challenge there for Goodwin to get her body in the way and come away with the ball.
Lost the last home game against Leicester in the League Cup after the 1-0 success over West Ham in the WSL. Left it very late against Liverpool, 89th minute penalty. Oh, good running off the ball here, but the flag is up once again. Vinberg, not for the first time, just called offside. But if London City Lionesses continue to play like that, you know that Spurs are going to get through on one occasion.
Yeah, there's a good third man run there from Vinberg. She's kind of coming off the wing and managed to make that run in behind. But yeah, London City just need to be aware of that. There's been a couple of runs now that she's made, and luckily for them, both of them have been offside, but definitely something to be aware of, because you can't play that offside trap for too long. One of those, she will stay onside, so just need to be a bit more compact, certainly between the two centre.
Ball is flighted towards that right-hand side, and Fernandez has raced from right back to prevent it from going behind for a goal kick. She's going to have to race all the way back now.
I think Fernandez is normally the player. She bombs on as fullback, doesn't she? I think so far this game she hasn't been getting forward as much, so whether we see a bit more of that in the second half, I think that's where she can be really effective, Fernandez. She's not just a great defender, but also a real good attacking threat for London City as well.
Went into 2 minutes of added on time at the end of this opening 45. One apiece at the minute. Spurs coming forward again. Clever play on the edge of the penalty area, but Sangare then takes charge and races forward herself. Runs into trouble in the shape of Drew Spence, who keeps it in play. Vinberg to lay it back. Nilden. Tamberg back to goal. Needs some runners around her. Vinberg again on the left-hand side. Fernandez with the defensive job, does well, but then Spurs win it back immediately. That's been a real feature in this first half. Tamberg looks to let fly, but always going wide.
Yeah, it's good for her to just at least get a shot off. And what we mentioned earlier, I don't think Tamberg's been on the ball as much as she'd like, but found herself in a position here, just a few yards, tried to take it first time. Yeah, I think as a striker, you just want to try and get those shots off in the game. But yeah, I think she'd obviously like to have seen that be more on target.
Just needed to cut across that one a little bit, maybe, always going wide. She is Spurs' top scorer with 4 after netting here from the spot. This is Gioro. And Ari plays it back. Lete punts it long. Able to aim it back. Paris is going to follow it in. Composed play at the back for Tottenham. Last chance maybe to get the ball forwards. Well, that is the 45. Even after the opening period, with a really nice goal to put London City Lionesses in front, just guiding it through a packed penalty area to give the hosts the advantage. But Spurs had a lot of possession, and they did win a penalty. Tamberg it was that converted after Spence was brought down by Kumagai. At the break then, it's London City Lionesses 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1.
Food stalls as well for you to enjoy. Stay tuned for exciting halftime entertainment where 5 of our fans will have a go at the closest to the halfway line challenge and our chaos cannon.
Thompson, rapid, and Cannerud equally so, pointing to where she wanted it. Thompson, brilliant! These first 8 minutes have been all about the champions, and they've come to Arsenal again, and they're doing what they so often do in these big ones in particular. And Alyssa Thompson has just scored a gorgeous opening goal.
Yeah, it's a really bold selection from the Arsenal manager, but that midfield too being absolutely cut through by Chelsea's midfield, and Alyssa Thompson drives forward, brilliant little layoff to Kennerid, and she does really well to recognise she can't get a shot off, and the only option Alyssa Thompson has got from that angle and the way the ball's played back to her is the chip, and she executes it absolutely perfectly.
Meads corner, oh, it's a good one. And it's 1-1. Cracking finish into the roof. Stina Blackstenius gets a start, gets a goal.
Just seeing a replay of Blackstenius' goal, is there a question that it maybe comes off her hand?
Well, this is why it has been chalked off and why it is still 1-0. Harsh or not?
I think very harsh. I'm not sure it touches her hand.
They're both nervous in their own way. Everyone knows this feeling, whatever end of it you've been on. Oh, good ball, it's a Russo! Arsenal needed a last-minute hero. And they've got one.
Whoa, that's tight. They maybe have had a favour done by the assistant referee on the far side, but maybe that's justice for the disallowed goal earlier. But it's a fantastic ball nonetheless from Frida Mordum.
Even the clearances are a bit scuffy. Russo's found energy, God knows where from. Here she goes, the ball's got to be played, and it has for Frida Mordum. Mordum! You cannot believe this, because the flag's up again. I think that's the right call by her boot only. I'm looking at the far side.
Picked up by Villa, and now they are racing forward. It's Hansen who's racing up the pitch. There's a brilliant chance. Georgia Mullets on target for Aston Villa. The corner comes in, clear, but then struck back in, and Aston Villa have taken the lead.
Thomas Joyce with the punch, but just centrally, but struck beautifully. She had to adjust just slightly, and here we go. 1-0 Aston Villa.
Park comes to Riviere, who then clips it to the far post. Might fall to Mallard, all sorts of players there. Toon, a really important block from Patton. Ella Toon from close range, and a Patton to the rescue.
Oh, Thomas Joyce is up.
This is one of those moments, isn't it? Everybody up, because time is running out for Manchester United to get anything from this game, or ends up coming off the crossbar. Was that it? Was that the last moment for Manchester United to get anything from this game?
We've got plenty of t-shirts to give away. The cannon is being fired up once more. Let's aim for this corner of the Glimp area. I can see we've got loads of supporters, a whole football team at the back there who'd love to go away with a t-shirt. We're a little bit more right to this corner flag. Seconds, some more t-shirts to go away. Let's not forget about our supporters over here basking in the Sunday sunshine. Maddie's jogging over, ready to fire away. Fingers
check out
crossed.
the latest scores
Let's go.
from the other games this Sunday that have kicked off early. Liverpool 1, Brighton 0. Latest half-time is approaching very quickly there. Liverpool looking for their first win of the season, of course, and West Ham looking for their first point, 0-0 against Leicester at the moment. Obviously 1-1 here and yesterday with just seeing the action from Arsenal's draw with Chelsea and Villa's win over Manchester United, and the late kick-off today is at Everton, who take on Manchester City.
One more t-shirt to go, one more fire of our London City Lionesses chaos.
Well, let's check out the first half highlights here. London City Lionesses against Tottenham. And the first bit of action we're going to see is the goal from Freya Godfrey. Really well guided into the corner.
Yeah, it was a real composed finish, certainly from such a young player. She's done well just to get herself in a position, and yeah, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of players would just thrash at that with their laces and maybe fire it over and look for the power, but she's recognised where the space is, and on the volley as well, which is even more difficult, just managed to guide it into that far corner.
It's a clever finish, isn't it? Guided it through, found the only gap and into the corner, and that was London City Lionesses taking the lead, and they had another opportunity just a few minutes later. Really good save on this occasion from Kopp to deny Giorup.
Yeah, it was a good save, real vital one. Giorup potentially could have took another touch, but always good to try and get the shot off first time as well sometimes.
London City Lionesses dangerous from corners. This was Goodwin.
Yeah, again, nice run from Goodwin. No one's followed her, just completely left her in the box. It's a difficult angle because she's right in front of the post, but yeah, I think she'd have wanted to guide that a little bit better.
And Paris were both busy. This was Giorup who tried to curl it, got underneath it.
Yeah, I think there was defenders in the way, so she's tried to curl it round, but just leant back, a bit off balance as she's struck it.
Really good run on this occasion from Hope, who was excellent for Martin Ho's side throughout this first half, driving on, eventually just running out of room. And as it came inside the area, Nilden was trying to get on the end of that one. Likewise, Tamberg. There was half-hearted appeals for a penalty that wasn't given.
Yeah, I think Godfrey's kind of swung her leg in, but I don't know if she stopped just so she could see Nilden there, so didn't quite make the contact, I think.
From the edge of the area, saw her effort blocked as Spurs piled on the pressure. Always looking to get in good areas, and then Kumagai sliding in, doesn't get the ball, does get the play.
Yeah, I think she'll be disappointed with that. An experienced player like Kumagai should know not to be making sliding tackles there inside the box, but as you can see, great finish here from Tamberg. She's made the most of it. She's not had much to do in this first half, hasn't been on the ball much, but when it counted, she managed to fire it right into the back of the net.
Resting home, converting the spot kick emphatically, and Martin Ho's side levelling things up against Jocelyn Pressure's team at the Copper Jacks Community Stadium. And given the fact that Spurs really came on strongly after going behind, deserved leveller. 1-1 then at the break.
Okay, that's our second effort.
I've always wanted to do that.
That's something no one knows.
Right, great start.
We're allowed to look at them.
This is time to talk. What is your earliest football memory? This is a good one.
Probably when I was playing for my grassroots boys team. I'm still mates with a lot of the boys, so yeah.
Earliest would be in Canada. I just remember like the big shirts.
Yes.
Way
Like down
too big.
here?
Literally
Yeah,
my shoulders
yeah.
like on my knee.
Is it okay to recline your seat on a plane?
Oh, right. Up, down, up,
Really?
down, up, down. I said no.
No.
Do you not think so?
No, is it okay for you?
Listen, if they recline,
No,
I'm
no,
reclining.
no, yeah, if they're reclining, I'm reclining, but
Yeah.
I'm not just reclining on some poor lady behind me.
Do you not?
Never.
I thought you'd be straight back feet.
No, I couldn't. I'd be mortified.
Plane etiquette is an interesting field. If I'm really tired, I'm sorry.
You need to.
I'm going.
You just need to.
Yeah.
No other option.
This is quite strange actually, but I was born like this. I'm not even kidding either. That is how I came out the womb. When I was 6, I was on holiday, got bit by a monkey on Monkey Mountain. My whole family just laughed at me.
Obviously,
I'm dead crying, like I'm so much in pain, and then yeah. Well, recently I've had a lot of people like my accent.
Yeah, Yeah,
like
yeah,
even when
to
I
be fair.
signed, the girls were like, "Where's your accent from?"
Yeah.
And I've been doing like media recently, and they're like, "Are you English?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm 100% English. My accent is from the northeast."
What's the correct order to make a cup of tea? I think it's hot water, tea bag, brew it a bit. Wait, no.
So, controversial, I don't actually like tea.
Me either.
Okay. I would do milk and then sugar.
I'd go hot water, tea bag in, let it sit. Then you're gonna stir it a little bit, take tea bag out, sugar and milk in.
Oh, sugar then milk?
Yeah.
I've been told my cup of teas are good, so.
You genuinely actually want me to do this? No worries. Like the dancer? Claire Hunt, defender, Tottenham Hotspur. When I was younger, I would spend so much time just kicking a ball around, and I was falling in love with the game, never really saw it as a chore. I just played in a mixed team in a small town in my local area back in Australia. In 2022-2023, I had my first full season in the A-League. During that year, I made my national team debut and went to the FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia. So for me, that was a massive year. It's really, really important to have balance with football. I stay very connected to my family and my friends back home in Australia, and then outside of that, I spend time studying, reading, audiobooks. I'm about to start my Masters in Neuroscience, so that's probably going to take up a lot of my time. To be a successful centre-back in the league, I think the biggest thing is having great technical, great tactical awareness, to communicate well, be really physical, have a good presence, and continue to lead and drive your team.
Claire Hunt does very well.
Last year, I had my first season in the WSL, and now this is my second season here.
And it's turned into the back of the net. It was Claire Hunt who got the final touch.
I think the biggest thing for me personally is to gel with the team. Everyone here is pretty switched on, and we're all working toward a common goal.
Hamburg with a chance to score, and does.
It's an incredible opportunity to continue to learn, continue to grow at a great club and in the best league in the world.
Holly, we hope you have a great day, lots of love. Dad, coming all the way from the Netherlands to cheer London City Lionesses. On massive, massive thank you to Melissa. And finally, shout out to the under-12 Wilsonians girls from Teens Night. And Graham, we are all so proud of you.
Welcome back to the Copperjacks Community Stadium, Hayes Lane, Bromley. The second half of this Women's Super League encounter between London City Lionesses and Tottenham underway in the next minute or so. One apiece after the opening half here. Posts went in front. Freya Godfrey with a really nice finish into the corner through a packed penalty area. A penalty at the other end converted by the Spurs striker Kathinka Tandberg. We're looking at thumped home with real confidence, giving Spurs a deserved level up. Going to be an interesting second half for sure. It's a game that's felt disjointed to a certain extent. Martin Ho will certainly be happier with the last 20-25 minutes or so of his side's performance, just rattling through the playbook there. Where have we got to? Around about page 13, I think. Jocelyn Prusher, who coaches London City Lionesses, of course. And he'll be hoping that his side can start this second period as well as they started the opening 45. London City Lionesses, to get us underway, did feel that Spurs, Keris, were probably on top towards the end of that first half. Be interesting to see if they can pick up where they left off.
I think in terms of possession, Tottenham have been on top in this game, but I think in terms of clear-cut chances, I think London City have had the better chances, as we saw in the highlights video there with Gayoro and Izzy Goodwin's header. I think in open play, Tottenham haven't actually had many chances. They've obviously converted from the penalty spot, but so yeah, I think an even game. I think both teams will be happy in different ways. Tottenham from a possession perspective, but London City from a creating chances perspective. So now can London City get more possession and create even more chances? And I think for Tottenham, the goal now is to get into those spaces where they can get more clear-cut chances. And they've had a few shots, half shots that have been blocked. So really need to create those spaces and get in better shooting opportunities.
Whistle has gone. A Spurs free kick, but Aslani and Gayoro have both gone down here. Referee just making sure they're okay. Let's take another look at this. It was Spence that went down, but it's 2 London City players that have come off worse.
Maybe treading on a couple of toes there, I'm not too sure. Didn't look too much in it, but yeah, maybe just try getting her boots back on and tying those up properly.
Still very influential, isn't she, when it comes to this London City Lionesses side? She makes them tick. When she plays well, tend to think that London City play well.
Yeah, you know, she's a playmaker, experience as well, obviously captaining the team, so she wants to be the driving force, certainly from an attacking perspective for London City. So I think similar to Holt, you know, she's got that technical ability and that ability to get on it and drive and commit players. So yeah, I think if London City can get Aslani on the ball a little bit more and get runs off her from Goodwin and Paris and Freya Godfrey, you know, certainly Goodwin and Godfrey have got that pace, haven't they? So if Aslani can get on it and play those threaded balls through, I think that's where the opportunities will come for London City.
Here is Godfrey towards Fernandez. Spurs managed to win it back with Vinberg towards Ashley Neville over on the right-hand side. Now it's further forward on that right flank as well. That combination play has been good on the right flank. Good understanding between the two players. Neville in tight once again, and the referee intervenes once again.
Yeah, Keita's gone down there. I think it's another one maybe treading on the back of the heel, is it? It looks like she's holding the back of her ankle, and that's Ash Neville all over. She's very much a front-footed defender, and he's giving Keita Paris no time there, but I think Keita's done well just to get her body in between herself and the ball, and has played clever there to draw the foul.
Hobbling away, Nikita Paris, double centurion in terms of Women's Super League appearances today. She's got a couple of goals this season, scored against City and United. Of course, 2 of her former clubs. It will be a free kick here. Neville incidentally booked for that challenge. And Linari doesn't make the best of this, but Murat might be able to. Stays on her feet well. Godfrey, or rather Goodwin, comes away with possession. Tanberg takes it down. Vinberg is screaming for it. This is Naz, and now it's with Spence. Runs into trouble. Runs into too much traffic. Chris Gayoro wins it back coolly. And now Aslani on the move. Good win through the centre. Nikita Paris wants it as well. Godfrey right-hand side. Good move this from London City. Nikita Paris is calling for it. Brilliant move. Terrific goal. And on her 200th appearance in the Women's Super League, Nikita Paris puts London City Lionesses in front 4 minutes into this second half. It's a brilliant run. It's a poacher's finish. Nikita Paris to the fore once again.
Well, they've definitely started the second half how they did the first. Early goal in the first 5 minutes of the second half, and we were just talking about the fact that we want to try and get Aslani on the ball to be able to dribble and drive and then play those passes off to the likes of Godfrey, which she's done in this case, and she's got so much time and space on the ball. I'm not sure where the left back for Tottenham had gone, but really good whip ball in those balls whipped in just behind the back line. It's so difficult as a defender to try and defend, and yes, picked it out perfectly for Nikita Paris. She's done well there to join in on the far side and nip in. A good finish, sliding in. Yeah, well deserved goal there from a real good attack.
The double centurion delivers, and London City Lionesses have the advantage once again. She has been such a good player in the Women's Super League. She always gives 100%. She is tenacious, she's got quality, and she's always had an eye for goal. Bit of an issue here for Lisa Kopp, unfortunately. Just getting a little bit of treatment. Nothing she could do as Paris was flying in on that left-hand side to convert the cross from Godfrey, who's got an assist to go with a goal. And Martin Ho's side, well, they find themselves behind again.
Yeah, he looks deep in thought there. Not sure what he's pondering, but yeah, going back to Nikita Paris, I think it's nice for her to get a goal on her 200th appearance. I think she always marks the special occasions with a goal, and yeah, I think probably deserved. Like you say, she's a very tenacious, hard-working player, and she's ultimately done really well there to bomb on and get into the box, and yeah, fully deserved. A bit of a WSL legend, isn't she, Nikita Paris? So really nice that she's been able to mark her 200th appearance with a goal.
You can see the way she's moving. She's looking left and right. She's seeing where I can get on the end of something, mindful that she doesn't want to stray offside. It's a perfectly timed run. There's an awful lot to like about that goal. The breakaway, the delivery from Godfrey, and of course the finish from Nikita Paris as well.
Yeah, take nothing away from London City, but I think defensively there, Tottenham will be really disappointed. I think both full-backs were out of position. I think Neildon had, yeah, ultimately out of shape, and that gave Freya Godfrey so much time to just pick out that delivery, and it was a fantastic delivery from her. And I think Ash Neville as well, naturally being a front-footed defender, Paris had just managed to get a few steps ahead of her and ultimately get the ball in the back of the net. Looks like Kopp's got a nosebleed, is it? Just trying to tidy that up. I didn't see what happened there. Did she? Maybe as she went to try and save it, someone just whacked her on the nose.
Yeah, she may well have just got a bit of a knock. She's getting treatment at the moment she's ever present so far this season. Signed from Leicester, Dutch international, who came through at Ajax. Let's see if we can work out exactly what happened. Coming together with Nikita Paris, there was a flailing boot a little bit that may well have caught Lisa Kopp, and potentially we might see Eleanor Heaps come on for a first appearance of the season if required. She's stripped and ready. There is a little bit of blood, unfortunately. A bang on the nose.
Yeah, it did look a sore one, that, didn't it? I think as Nikita's took the ball away, momentum has took her into Kopp, and unfortunately she's just got her on the nose. Yeah, it'd be interesting whether Eleanor Heaps does come on. She's a former teammate of mine, and yeah, good young kid. I think for her, she's been at the club a number of years now, and maybe hasn't got the amount of game time that she'd like. So we'll see if she's needed or not. I'm sure her heart's beating a little bit now as she's just getting the boots ready just in case.
Yeah, a couple of appearances last season, none so far this. Hasn't played since playing back in January of this year in the Cup. And Spurs supporters will be hoping that Lisa Kopp's okay to continue, but an extended period getting treatment, nothing wrong with that. Obviously, if it is a facial injury, a head injury, then protocol that has to be gone through, and the physios will be mindful of that, likewise the match officials as well. So Lisa Kopp can take as long as she wants here, as long as she's okay. Got a blow to the nose, but the Heaps here potentially is going to be required to make her first appearance of the season. Gloves aren't on just yet. Decision not been made, I suspect, by Martin Ho and his coaching staff.
I think ultimately it's good to see that she's up and aware, and you know, it's nothing more, hopefully nothing more serious than just a bloody nose, and it's one of those. Just sort of shove a few of those tissues up there, and I'm sure she'll be good to go. But let's wait and see.
Yeah, not easy for the players in situations like that. Looks like the bibby's coming back on and maybe just going through some warming up exercises potentially here. She's not yet coming on. Not had much of a go at Tottenham, as you mentioned. Former Birmingham stopper, spells at Sheffield United and Coventry and Liverpool. England junior international. Will she be required? It's not a great look for Lisa, unfortunately, but needs must with the tissues up the nostrils.
They're not even tissues, are they? They're more of those like bullet shapes, and they just stand out way worse than a tissue would. But if they're going to do the job, then it doesn't matter what you look like, does it?
Well, yeah, I hope she's okay. I'm sure she is, and she'll be able to remove those if the blood stops didn't think there was an awful lot, and you see the referee just making sure that right away she's all smiles, she's okay.
I'm glad she can see the funny side like we can.
Well, she's getting a little bit of stick from her teteammates here, saying, look at this, don't you? But look, the most important
thing...
There's
one going up there? No way. Was it just a fresh one? I don't know, we'll see.
Hopefully it's just a fresh one. Hopefully they can take him out a little bit here. Oh, my word. Just a little bit of blood there that might have dribbled down as well, just clearing the face away. Yeah, just making sure she's all right. That's good.
She's definitely just asked the physio there, do I look okay? And he said yes, even though she obviously looks a bit comical. They need to trim them down a bit, don't they, at least? Oh, that's funny.
You won't be able to pull them out. They might get stuck up there. Who knows what
Very
might
true.
happen. So a significant stoppage before we restart here. That'll be added on at the end of the game. Net result after all that, of course, is that London City Lionesses lead, and it's Spurs restarting because they're 2-1 down. Well, Nikita Paris did score on her 100th appearance in the WSL and her 50th, and she's matched it here on her 200th. Will it turn out to be the winner, or are there more goals to come? I do suspect that we will see a bit more goal-mouth activity here. It's been that type of game. Both teams trying to play with a bit of ambition. And that was real quality on the move. And a smart finish from close range. Cup's okay to receive, and she'll get a first touch after receiving treatment.
It will be interesting to see what Martin Ho does. I think, well, we've come to the 60-minute mark now, but it's probably more like 55 after that break. Yeah. But that's normally a time where managers start bringing on their subs with 30 minutes to go. So we're going to see whether he keeps the formation, maybe tries to go 2 up top and get Martha Thomas or Beth England on alongside Tamberg. So yeah, it'd be really interesting. Ultimately, they've got to get back in the game, and it's a game they'll definitely be wanting to try and get a win, if not a draw. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what changes he does make.
Yeah, they're going to be coming sooner rather than later, you sense. And there is Beth England, who we were a little surprised didn't make the lineup. She has started every other fixture this season. She's weighed in with a couple of goals as well. The last, of course, against Liverpool last time out. Really well taken strike from close in. And as you mentioned earlier, she's got a good record against newly promoted sides. And she will fancy her chances of scoring against London City Lionesses, should she get the opportunity, which I'm sure she will.
Yeah, we'll definitely see Beth at some point for sure. She'll want to add to that record, won't she, of 20 games out of 21 against newly promoted sides. I'm not sure whether she'll be aware of that, but yeah, quite an interesting stat that I think she'll definitely want to add to.
Spurs have a throw. Ashley Neville will take. And Moran flicks it back. Neville goes again. Touch for Holt. And just a throw. Naz to control for Tottenham. Neville to get a little bit of space and win another throw in. Inching up down that right-hand side. Naz. This is Spence, always looks good on the ball, tries to slide it through, but it's intercepted. Guerrero will take a touch. Fernandez has it now, gets her head up. And can she pick up out? It's going to bounce to this near side, but Nilden can't keep it going. She gives it back to London City Lionesses. This is Fernandez. Lete. Moran has to charge to get to that, and was she caught? Play continues here. This is Holtz. I'm surprised that the referee, who was in a good position, didn't halt play. It's been one back. This is Spence again. Gets a little bit of space. Once more. On the right side, she's done brilliantly here, and she's still going. What about the cut back? It's Jess Naz. She couldn't get her feet right. And then Vinberg's effort is thumped to safety.
I think Tottenham will be disappointed. Let's see if they can try and make the most of this as it comes out to Ash Neville.
Neville for Naz. Spurs applying the pressure, looking for another leveller, and then they've lost out. Aslani then goes down. Spurs have it again here. Again, it's good running. Spence does get the shot away. And it's saved by Lete.
Yeah, good to say. I think London City will be glad that pressure's over. I think there's a minute of chaos there, but good initial press there from Ash Neville. She's won the ball, took the player, but won the ball as well. And then Holt's got on it, and she's wriggled her way through, done really well to draw both defenders. And yeah, I think Jess Naz will be disappointed with that. I think she'd have preferred it to have fell to her right foot, but it's come on to her left. And fair to London City, they got bodies in behind the ball, made it difficult for Spurs to get anything off. And again, there, good attempt from Drew Spence on the turn to try and get a shot off from distance.
Tottenham pushing for another leveller. Meanwhile, Goodwin, as she pulled back there, she shrugs off the attentions of Hunt, looks to go again. She's got pace and power, as we know. Hunt shoulder to shoulder at the moment. Goodwin still has it. Aslani.
Yeah, nice play there from Goodwin. Initially, I thought she'd get the foul. It was a blatant pull on the arm there from Claire Hunt trying to hold her back, but she's done well to carry on and drive forward. Yeah, done well to win a throw for a team further up the field.
Well, here comes the first change for Tottenham. As you can see, Jess Naz, the player to come off.
Number 7, Jessica Naz.
And as you can see, the player to come on here is Martha Thomas, who has been used exclusively as a substitute in the WSL this season. Didn't score in the top flight last term, but Thomas is Martin turn to here.
Oh, she's a striker. She does play on the wing now, whether she maybe moves into a front two with Tandberg. But yeah, I've always liked Martha Thomas. I think just sometimes it was like you say, I'm surprised she didn't score at all last season. So I think sometimes that attacking contributions maybe not as high up as it could be. But yeah, hard worker. She'll work hard for the team and still has that ability to create chances for Tottenham.
Guerrero, Fernandez, Slani, and Godfrey goes again. Spence does well. Spurs will clear. To play it forward, and suddenly Thomas has got an opportunity, having just come on to run at the London City Lionesses backline, but she needed a bit of support there.
Yeah, good defending there by Moran. I've been really impressed with her today, not just from an attacking point of view, but also defensively. And I think the whole London City back line have played really well. I think Lenari's had a real good game, has been solid, and they've really made it difficult for Spurs to create any clear-cut chances.
Cross that's whipped into the near post that Leite collects. Well in the game straight away. Goals going in elsewhere. West Ham desperate for a win. They lead against Leicester. Shakira Martinez with the only goal so far. Fernandez. Aslani. Godfrey loses possession. Was Wimberg fouled? No, says the referee. London City with Fernandez again aiming to clear. Wimberg strong in the challenge. Fernandez is going to be helped up.
I think the throw-in's been given to Tottenham, which is again a bit of a shock for London City. Let's have a look. Can't tell, maybe it does come off Fernandez as it comes out. I don't think she thinks so, though. It looks very shocked.
Tandberg looking to try and roll inside the penalty area, but it's going to bounce through for a goal kick here. London City Lionesses supporters looking to lift their side, and it's been a real good start to the season. If it stays as it is, fourth win could see them rise to 6th in the top half of the table. Nikita Paris shoved over by Neville. Was she? No. Doesn't complain. Maybe just lost a footing.
Yeah, I was surprised at that one. Normally Nikita does complain, so maybe yeah, maybe it was just
maybe it was the right call.
Yeah, maybe just losing the foot in that time.
Ellie Heading into the weekend, London City Lionesses had conceded some 16 goals, which is an awful lot. And in terms of their expected goals against, was a little bit of an outlier. Been unlucky to concede as many as they have. And the regression would be the other way in terms of those underlying numbers. But they need to keep Spurs out from here on in, holding a 2-1 advantage if they are to pick up a 4th win of the campaign. Tamberg holds it up. Imran spots the loose ball though and comes forward. Nikita Paris will push it further forward for Aslani.
You talk about London City conceding 16 goals, was it, this season? But you know, most of those have been against the top teams. I know they lost 4-1 against Man City, and was it 4-0 against Arsenal? Was it
4-1 against
4-1
Arsenal,
against
yeah.
Arsenal? So you know, they're actually not conceding against some of the lower teams, but then when they're playing the better teams in the league, that's where they really need to try and make sure they don't lose by such a considerable amount, because it's really going to potentially impact them at the end of the season in terms of where they want to be in the league.
Tuck of the shirt results in a yellow card there. And the caution has gone to Freya Godfrey. Well, it's been a good game for her. She's scored, she's assisted, but she's got a card to go with the collection now as well. Layoff from Wimberg. Holt tries to thread it forward. The guy was in the way. Wimberg has it again. And then she's brought down by Aslani right on the edge of the D. And this is going to be another card. Well, I guess if it's a challenge from behind and she doesn't get anything on the ball, the referee's got every right. Let's take another look at this. It looked a bit soft.
Yeah, I mean, Wimberg's just gone to shoot, and yeah, I don't know. I don't think she necessarily attempted to even win the ball. It's just as she's running by, Wimberg's just caught her as she's gone to shoot. So yeah, I think the referee's been a bit card happy, hasn't she, this game? But unfortunate there for Aslani. It was a foul, but I wouldn't say it was a yellow card.
Yeah, another caution. And a good opportunity potentially here. Never easy to score from these sort of positions, but it's a good angle. And the distance you'd like to think is pretty good as well. Not too close in, not too far out. Holt's having a look at this. Samanon as well, standing over it. He's going to pull rank.
They're having a conversation about it, aren't they, to decide on. I know Evelina Samanon can definitely score from these positions. You know, I saw her a lot in training when I was a teammate of hers at Tottenham. She'd stay behind after training and practice a free kick, so she's definitely got the potential. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who does decide to take this one.
Samanon potentially, let's find out. Samanon does go for goal. That is something really special. A curling free kick into the top corner. A sensational strike from Samanon. And Tottenham are level once again. It's London City Lionesses 2, Tottenham 2. And that is a free kick of the highest quality.
Oh, what a fantastic finish there from Samanon. Exactly how I pictured it was going to go. I've seen her do it in training many times, but to pick it out, yeah, just swept it. Didn't even put too much power on it, more just the caressing it into that top corner, but fantastic technique there. Keeper had no chance, and yeah, she'll be buzzing with that one, as you can tell from the celebration. But yeah, really great finish there, and yeah, as you can see, all the players are really happy for a fantastic finish.
Well, I have to say, that was perfectly cool by Keris alongside me here as well, because ahead of that, you did say, well, I've seen her put her in the top corner in training when I used to be a teammate of hers. She's very, very capable, right on cue. She didn't let you down.
She didn't. I'll have to text her after and thank her. Yeah, practice definitely makes perfect.
If only London City Lionesses defence had the knowledge of Keris Harrop. That's all I can say. You need to put in a call there. Could have warned them. Spurs on the up, 2-2. Collected by Leite as it took a bit of a deflection en route to the penalty area. Well, credit Spurs. Martin Ho's side have stayed in this fixture. Twice they've been behind, and it's a new resilience maybe this season. Of course, Martin took over in the summer, and they have been very, very good over the course of this season. 2-2 at the minute. Can his side go on and maybe get a third and get in front for the first time in this fixture?
Well, we've certainly been treated to an exciting game, haven't we? We hoped and said at the start that we thought there'd be goals in it, but yeah, fantastic game so far.
Holtz runs into trouble. Paris keeps it in, arms go up, flag doesn't follow. Nikita Paris still coming forward. Goodwin runs into trouble, it's cleared away. Koga getting across with the challenge and the clearance.
Yeah, Koga did well there just to read the run from Goodwin. Goodwin's always good at that. Whenever Paris or Godfrey or Zlani's driving forward, she looks to make those runs in behind, but Koga did really well to read it and win a foul for a team.
Substitution for London City Lionesses. Show your appreciation.
Well, we don't think the board's right there because there isn't a 70, well, there is a 77 on, but it'd be the keeper. It's 17. And Nikita Paris who's coming off. And also Grace Gayoro, the player to be replaced. And as you can see, double switch then here.
Coming on, number 15.
To come on, Rodar enters the fray. And then the second switch to confirm for you as well.
Number 19, Kathleen Tenberg.
And we're going to see a Spurs change
Number 9,
as well.
England.
England coming on for Tenberg. Beth would have been surprised maybe not to have started, but gets to play. The final 18.
Back with the captain's armband as well, and I think I'm really pleased for Evelina, you know, to not just score the quality of the free kick that she did, but to do that as captain as well. I think that's you know, a real proud moment for her to be able to captain the team and then score such a fantastic goal on the same day.
Sally Francie, the player that's come on as the shot flashes past the post as Spurs continue to press. England straight into the action here as it filtered through towards her.
I think similar to Martha when she came on, just getting that shot off early is always good as an attacking player to try and build the confidence early. But I think Tottenham have definitely got more momentum, haven't they, this second half? They're not just having more possession, but creating more chances than they did in the first half. So I think London City really need to just hold on, keep up that defensive work, but try and build the momentum in their favour and just get on the ball a little bit more, because it's definitely Tottenham who've been dominating these last 10 minutes or so.
Hunt to come forward. Nilden. Can she produce the cross? It takes a deflection. Awkward one for Sangari to deal with, but does clear. Aslani. It's a clever touch in field, Godfrey. What can London City Lionesses do here, potentially? Momentum in the move, just lost a little. Goodwin has made a move. Fancy infield. Sangari. 16 minutes remaining. Time for London City Lionesses to up the ante a little bit because Spurs were pressing really well. We've not seen too much activity in Spurs' defensive third at the moment. And London City Lionesses have lost it again. And Beth England, well, she thought about it, then gave it up, then thought about it again. And Beth unable to get there ahead of Sangari.
Yeah, Hunt did really well initially to get the tackle in, and could have been a good break on there, but Beth England just wanted that defeat. She'll know herself that she's probably hasn't got the pace to beat Lunari and Sangari in behind, so it's important for Hunt to recognise that and just give it Beth defeat. That's how she works best, is getting the ball given to her feet and driving at defenders.
Fernandez loses out. Spurs have it again. Alden, whose influence on this left-hand side is growing a little bit. We're seeing her get forward in some good areas. This is Wimberg. England waits inside the penalty area. Hunt. That's a nice idea. She spotted the run, but it just curls away.
I think what Tottenham have done better this second half is just work the ball a bit more around the box, so they're not rushing to get crosses in, and I think most opportunities have come from that interconnecting play in and around the box and getting opportunities that way. So I think a change of tactic, whether that was intentional, whether that's just happened maybe now that Tamberger's gone off and there's not that key vocal point as such in the middle, but yeah, they're creating better chances like now, just running in, getting inside the 18-yard box and the winning corners and crosses that way.
Nildon to take. Spurs looking to nudge in front for the first time in this fixture. 2-2 with 14 minutes remaining. Up goes the signal. In swinger here, whipped in as well, but too much whip. And goes straight out of play. Looking to put pressure on that near post again. Yeah. Defenders won't be happy. They're going to go all the way back now.
Happy because she's run the furthest from that far side right across to that left back position. But yeah, I think she'll be disappointed with that. You can see in her face. Got to really focus on trying to get a quality ball into the box. So certainly when your defenders have come up to try and get on the end of it.
Islani wins a throw. Goodwin up against them. It's been a good battle between those two.
Luckily for Kopp, she hasn't had too much to do since picking up the injury to her nose. I wonder if she's still got the tissues in or not. I can't really see. There hasn't been much attention on her in the last 15 minutes or so, has there?
She's been able to recover. Spence punts it long. Evelina Suanen scoring her first goal of the season in spectacular fashion. This is such a sweet strike.
Yeah, just perfect, isn't it? Like I say, just more looped it with her leg, not generating loads of power, and sometimes that's all it needs, is just that, you know, caressing it and the curl on it right into that corner. Yeah, she'll be super pleased with that. Whatever angle you watch it from, it seems to get better, doesn't it?
Scored against London City Lionesses in that 5-0 cup win all those years ago, and she's repeated the trick in the league here. This is Goodwin. It's a good ball. Aslani can't get there. Freya Godfrey might be able to. It's a good block. She'll get a second chance. It's an awkward bounce, but she's still driving on. Can she keep it in? She can. And eventually the shot is cleared off the line. Oh, and then Fernandez goes down. The referee had a good look at that, but doesn't give anything. Well, it was Rodal that had the effort that was cleared. Spurs come away with possession. Quite a lot to pick out of that.
Yeah, great opportunity there for London City. It was a brilliant ball in initially from Goodwin. He's managed to just drill it in. I thought Aslani was going to get there, but she's stretching, and then Godfrey's tried to get onto her left foot. Good block there by Nildon, and again Godfrey's done really well here, just to touch it past, get another ball into the box. Rodder was it, and then Fernandez. Ultimately, I think Vinberg's come away with the ball, so she's done well to use her body there to stop Fernandez getting the shot. But yeah, a bit of a moment of madness there, wasn't it?
Well, a chaotic nature to a couple of chances that have fallen London City Lionesses' way, but they haven't managed to take any. And yeah, you tend to think it was just shoulder to shoulder, and Fernandez was just knocked over, but not a penalty.
I think it was Rodder's opportunity was probably the golden moment in that particular instance. Just needed to connect a little bit better, and she's tried to rush it, but just contacted the ball in a bit of a rush and didn't quite get the contact that she'd have liked.
Now, there's another yellow card here. It's Martha Thomas who brings down Imran, and that's the yellow cards, and the cards coming out like confetti at the minute.
problem though, is it? Once the referee gives one card for a particular type of foul, then if another player does something exactly the same, then I guess she has to give it for that as well.
Yeah,
so.
you set the level, don't you?
Yeah,
You can
it.
give yourself a problem. Aslani to take the free kick. It's good inside the area. It's flicked on. No, it's an own goal! Well, I think Nilden has got the final touch on that to send it spinning over the line, but London City Lionesses won't care because they lead by 3 goals to 2. It was a really good ball in. Copper's been beaten for the 3rd time this afternoon. It's a dangerous ball that Spurs couldn't clear. The initial flick, I think, was going wide. And does this come off a Spurs player? We shall see.
I think it was Nilden, wasn't it? I think when you find yourself facing goal, it's really difficult, but I don't know if she had enough time to really react. It's a great ball in and really good flick on from Sangari, and yeah, I think for Nilden, she didn't really know too much about it, did she? It's kind of just fell at her feet, and the momentum of her running backwards is, I don't know, could she have done better? I'm not too sure, whether she just saw the ball late and couldn't shift her feet in time, but great ball in initially, really important flick on, and yeah, it's just one of those unfortunate ones for Nilden there.
It's unfortunate. It was flicked on by Sangari. It was going wide, but Nilden's intervention wasn't a happy one from a Spurs point of view. An own goal, and it's London City Lionesses that lead again for the 3rd time in the fixture. There's 8 minutes remaining here, and Spurs find themselves down again. Martin Ho's side are going to have to show a little bit more. And Nilden with an OG.
We've seen already that Spurs can definitely get back into the game, and yeah, 8 minutes of normal time, but I imagine there might be, what, 10 minutes of injury time with
it's going to be a lot,
the
isn't
injury
there?
and all the substitutions as well, so I think Tottenham have definitely still got, you know, good 15-20 minutes to get back into the game.
Godfrey moves forward, caught in possession. Someone wins it back. Here is Hunt. Caught under pressure. Kumagai for Aslani. Against someone. Godfrey.
I think it's still important that London City do try and go and get an extra goal. It's that balance, isn't it, of not committing yourself too much that you leave yourself exposed at the back, but to really get a comfortable cushion of 2 goals, and that could really kill the game off.
Kumagai to Godfrey. Quick feet for Godfrey to Cowan. That is another wonderful goal. And London City Lionesses do have a 4th. Beautifully curled into the corner. And it's Godfrey at the double. London City Lionesses have 4, and is that enough for Jocelyn Precheur's side to get the 3 points?
Oh, what a finish there from Godfrey, as you can see from the smile on her face. She's super happy with that one. Yeah, it's that ability, nice little step over to drop the shoulder, and Nilden could have done better, but don't take nothing away from Godfrey there with the left-footed finish. Fantastic finish, and I'll probably call it already. I think she's definitely been my player of the match today. 2 goals and an assist, worked hard off the ball as well, and yeah, I think that finish there just tops off a real fine performance from Freya Godfrey today.
Well, she has been fantastic, and that's a goal of the highest quality. She starts it just outside the post, and it curls into the corner. Nothing that Kopp could do about that. And for the first time, London City Lionesses have a little bit of breathing space. They lead by 4 goals to 2 now. But you never know. We've seen late goals aplenty in this Women's Super League season already, and there will be significant amount of time added on, as you mentioned previously, Kerry. So Spurs will still feel that they can maybe grab something from this fixture, but it's not going to be easy for Martin Ho. A shake of the head from the coach. Goodwin, who's led the line well for London City.
I feel like my fortune-telling skills are on point today.
I
I predicted that Evelina was going to score the free kick. I then just spoke about the importance of London City getting a 2-goal cushion, and then Freya Godfrey went and did that. Maybe they can hear me somehow.
Substitution for
Remind me before we depart to get your lottery numbers for midweek. We're going to see another change here. And Freya Godfrey, having been the star of the show with 2 goals and an assist, as she come off. Restored to the start line for this fixture by Jocelyn Pressure, and she has certainly justified her inclusion. The switch here, as you can see, Kennedy is coming on. Good experience to play for the final 5 plus added on time.
I feel a bit sorry for Godfrey. It would be nice for her to have seen out the game, but it's definitely a defensive switch there for London City, taking off a attacking player and putting Alana Kennedy there in the middle just to act as a bit more of a barrier to make sure that Spurs really don't get back in this game.
Well, I guess what Jocelyn Pressure is thinking here is that, look, previously Spurs have come back at us. We need a little bit more defensively. This is England to try and turn Nilden to aim towards goal, but it was easily cleared away. In truth, this is Goodwin.
It's a clever move there by Jocelyn. He's wanting to protect the win, just get more bodies behind the ball. Obviously, naturally that might invite a bit more pressure from Tottenham if there's one less attacking player on the pitch for London City, but I think a clever move there. They just really want to try and see out the game now.
Ninari. Fernandez. Slowly down the line. Udar had that effort cleared off the line, of course. Shimmies to the byline. Can she get the cross in? She can. It wriggles through towards the 6-yard box. Kopp is there to collect.
Yeah, nice ball in there from Rodda. It's shame not many strikers in the box there, but good take from Kopp, but she's done well. Just to find that bit of space and whip it in. Yeah, came off Claire Hunt, sorry, didn't it, to take a bit of momentum out of the ball there.
Simon, he'll be scored to pick off the goals, but looks like she's going to finish on the losing side. This is Aslani. It's difficult to know with London City Lionesses, isn't it? How high is the bar, do you think? I mean, they're short of the very top teams at the moment, but there is quality here. It has been a bit disjointed. They've allowed Spurs to come back into the game twice. And that's something, obviously, Jocelyn Pressure he's got to work on, but it's still a new team, as we know. There's an opportunity maybe here for England. Oh, well, it was an awkward one. She had to change her body shape. She tried to flick it in, and it spun away. And London City Lionesses get away with that.
Yeah, they were fortunate there, weren't they, London City? It's a nice run, a little dinked-in ball there from Ash Neville, and Beth just tried to get anything on it. The ball's behind her. She's done really well just to even get the contact on it, and yeah, it would have been an interesting goal if that had gone in, but keeper got across there to make sure it went out for a goal kick.
Change here as Vinberg is replaced, and Gilly Williams is the player that's come on for Tottenham. It's going to be a throw here to the visitors. Well, given the fact that you've pretty much predicted everything so far in this game, if I were to ask you which of these two teams would finish higher in the WSL standings come the end of the season, who would you go for, Gary?
Well, it's interesting because, yeah, looking at the start of the game, potentially would have said that Tottenham might have got the win today, purely from a league standing perspective, but you know, London City have really shown their quality today and their ability to beat those teams in the top half, so... Oh, am I allowed to just sit on the fence on this one? I can't call it. It's still so early in the season. I think London City now, with the, if they go on to win and pick up the 3 points, then they're putting themselves in a real good position, and it's just building that confidence, isn't it? They've got Aston Villa away next weekend, so again another team that in and around them in the league. If they get another win next week against Villa, then yeah, they could really move themselves up and potentially get not too far off Tottenham. So. I'm going to sit on the fence on this one.
It's a difficult one to call, that is for sure. You always keep thinking that London City Lionesses are only going to improve, but Tottenham have been good this season. It's going to be a good battle between the two clubs to see which one does finish higher up. At the minute, of course, it's the Spurs are going to be 3 clear, presuming that, of course, London City Lionesses do get the win today. 4-2 as we push into added on time. 10 minutes is the call here. Obviously a significant stoppage. Elisa Cup to get a bit of treatment. High ball in, that's collected by Elaine Leite.
I'll put the same question to you.
Yeah, it's hard. I was only asking because you called everything else to me.
You're right. Go on, I'll call it. Let's go London City.
Yeah,
London City are going to finish higher in the league come the end of the season.
I tend to think you might be right. I think there's a higher bar maybe, and that's no slight on Spurs, who've been excellent. And I like the way that Martin Ho's gone about his business since taking over. But just I'm pretty sure, you never know, there might be some players to come in January, who knows. Got a stoppage here.
Yeah, I think with London City, they've got greater depth in the squad.
Yeah,
you look at the likes of the players that they're bringing on. These are experienced players that can really come on and make an impact. So for me, that's potentially the difference between. And for a whole season, you need to rely on your whole squad. Certainly when, hopefully no one picks up a serious injury, but those niggles happen, and you have to rely on all the players in the squad. Certainly when more cup games come into play and international breaks and things. So it'd be interesting as well, like you say, to see what happens in January. Which teams end up spending a bit more money and bringing in more players to really reaffirm themselves and try and get as high in the league as possible. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Further changes. We've been impressed with the fullback today. Tim Moran, who's going to come off here. Debbie Patterson is going to come on. We're going to see Katie Zellem, I think, as well here.
Second substitution for the London City Lionesses. Makes the noise
also
for our
coming off.
captain, number 9,
See from the guy grabbing the captain's armband, and Sloan's being effective as well. I mean, talk about squad depth. Katie Zellem coming on here. I mean, that's the sort of quality that we're looking at from a London City Lionesses point of view.
Absolutely, she's a quality player and has proven herself certainly when she was at Manchester United. And yeah, I'm interested to know how she's feeling. I think she wanted to come and maybe have more of an impact and be playing games from the start, but it does just show how, the quality of London City and how much strength they do have in depth. So yeah, I do feel a bit for Katie Zellem, but she's just got to make the opportunity and make it count when she does get that chance.
This is it. She comes from Angel City, and you think she's just going to come straight into the side, but the competition for places is good, and obviously London City have started well. This is probably going to be their 4th win of the season, so it's not a given, and that's what you want. You want players fighting for their place. It doesn't matter what their reputation is, what their experience, where they've come from. They have to earn the right to get in the 11.
Absolutely, and that level of competitiveness. I was part of a Birmingham team many years ago where the competitiveness in the team was just excellent, and it pushes you as players. You can't rest on your laurels if someone's breathing down your neck in your position behind you. So London City would definitely benefit from that, having all these quality players doubled up in each position, and I think it's starting to show now. And like you say, ultimately you look at the games they've played, they've beaten the teams in and around them. So they've beat Tottenham today, West Ham, Everton, Liverpool. It's only where the top 4 teams that they've really struggled. So I think from now, with some of the fixtures they've got coming up, I think Aston Villa next week would definitely be an interesting one. I think if they can pick up a win there, then they're really showing that actually now they've bonded and they're learning well together and just got past that difficult period at the start where they had the tougher opposition.
Spence with a shot that is blocked and cleared. Maybe completes the clearance, and London City Lionesses will look to try and counter. Touch from Katie Zellem. Clip towards Goodwin, still full of running in the 95th minute here. She has put a shift in for the hosts, still willing to chase into the far reaches of the pitch to keep a move alive.
She still wants to go for it, Izzy Goodwin. I thought she might have maybe gone and kept it in the corner. That's what I would have done the last 5 minutes, but yeah, still wants to go on and trying to create an opportunity there for Zellem to get on the ball.
Yeah, Gogo goes down, just clutching her face. Don't know if there was an issue there. Maybe another just whack on the nose. Well, we've got 5 minutes remaining of this fixture. You've already trailed the player that you've been most impressed by, but just remind us, Kerry, of your Barclays player of the match.
Yeah, it's definitely Freya Godfrey for me today. She's had an excellent game for such a young player. Obviously, 2 quality finishes really. The first one on the volley, guiding it into that far right corner, and then again, second one this time with her left foot, guiding it into that far left corner. And obviously got an assist as well. So, yeah, definitely Freya Godfrey today for me.
She has been excellent. London City Lionesses, from an attacking standpoint, have scored 4 here. Have shown real quality. I'm sure that Jocelyn Pressure will want to see his side sharpen up at the back a little bit. Spurs have managed 2, but it's not going to be enough to claim anything from their trip to the newest WSL club, who are shaping up very well and a really good addition to the league. Shell Kang has dipped into the coffers significantly, and the quality on show has been evident today. Here is Sangare, Linare.
Yeah, Michelle Kang will be really pleased. Obviously, gone into her pockets in the summer, potentially in January too. But I think, like I say, when you've got so many new individuals coming into a team, naturally it takes time to gel. They're not just all going to get on and understand each other. So as much as they are great quality individual players, it's about building those relationships. You know, if I'm a fullback, understanding what my winger needs from me and the winger vice versa. So I think that's really starting to show now for London City, and they've been really impressive and had some good play, and it's paid off with the 4 goals they've got today.
Hunt. Taken down by Holt. And she's again tries to caress it down the line. Summonen looking for Gunning-Williams. Ball goes out for a London City Lionesses throw, and they're just managing the game enough here. You tend to think that Spurs know only 3 minutes remaining. It's not enough time for them to get 2. But we have seen some dramatic late goals in the Women's Super League this season. Go forward. Someone. Free kick. Kennedy with a challenge. So someone to deliver. Can Spurs get a third to set up a grandstand finish for the final few minutes of added on time here? Highish line from London City Lionesses. Curled in, but nodded away with a bit of interest. And then an up and under to complete the job from Poppy Pattinson, who's only just come on. Gunning-Williams. In yellow inside the penalty area. Fernandez with the counter. Goodwin calling for it. Fernandez just checks back. Magai. Well, sensible.
Yeah, I thought Fernandez might go all the way then, but she thought, no, I'll just keep the ball. Which, yeah, sensible decision, I think. Just trying to keep possession now for these last couple of minutes.
Clever ball to the left-hand side. And inside the box is still making those runs. Williams will clear away from Pattinson's attempts at centering.
Yeah, I think there, Pattinson, I think, you know, a minute and a half to go. Maybe just run that one into the corner. I like the attitude in the way. You know, she's trying to whip another ball into the box and potentially get another goal. But I think in those instances, you know, a minute to go, just run it into the corner. Bide your team a little bit of time to make sure you really do see out the game.
Well, for Spurs, it will be third defeat of the season. To draw a match, it seems to be all or nothing for Martin Ho's side this season. And this short trip to Bromley looks like it's going to be nothing. But they have contributed to a really good game of football. And you do tend to think that they are going to end up a lot better than they did last season. They were only above Crystal Palace, all way clear of Palace, but I think one or two feared that they might be involved in a scrap to avoid finishing last in that playoff game. But there is a bit of a safety net, isn't there, this season?
Absolutely. I think both of these teams should be fine. There's obviously teams lower down like West Ham and Liverpool who are particularly struggling this season. How West Ham getting on? What's the latest? They're still winning?
Still leading.
Still leading.
Their first win, but Liverpool We'll be the only team to win. This is Goodwin breaking forward and looks to go for glory. Well, took the shot on early, plenty of power, just trying to catch Kopp out, but that was well struck, but always going over.
Yeah, tenacious effort there from Goodwin. Good win there by Fernandez, just to put the pressure on. She's obviously spotted the keeper off her line and got some real good power behind it, but just the accuracy was a little bit off there. But yeah, always worth a try, especially when the keeper's off the line.
England beaten in the air. Referee just allowing another minute here by the looks of things. Well, it's been hard fought for London City Lionesses for sure. The goal up, 2-1 up, picked back on both occasions to 2-2. They needed a fourth to get that bit of a cushion. Spurs have had opportunities to grab a third, but they haven't managed to get one. A bit of a clash of heads here, unfortunately. Beth England is down.
I think we mentioned about the resilience of Tottenham to get back into the game, but also it's good resilience from London City. You know, it's, if you go ahead and then concede a goal, that can be quite deflating, but they had that resilience to carry on and then go on and get more goals, so we have to give credit to them as well. It's not just always the team coming back from, you know, a losing position. They've then gone on to get more goals despite conceding, so give credit where it's due.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those situations where, you know, players can think, crikey, they've come back at us again here. We're drawing again, and Spurs certainly had a bit of momentum at 1-1, bit of momentum at 2-2, but just couldn't get their noses in front. Credit to them for pushing London City Lionesses, but yeah, the flip of that is that London City Lionesses players have stood up and have been counted in those difficult situations where they've conceded. Jocelyn Pracheur here, I think, just wants the full-time whistle, doesn't he? He's already gestured towards the match day officials, saying that this game should have finished, and he's a bit frustrated on the sidelines. One more minute, I think he's suggesting here, when we do finally restart. But there is concern here. Physios have been overworked, unfortunately, something we don't like to see in any football match, but that was it was a little bit of a nasty clash of heads.
It's like those nose strips are coming out again by the looks of things. I don't think they'll have any left.
Liverpool 1, Brighton 1, incidentally. Rosa Kafaji, the goal scorer. So Liverpool look set to grab their first win in the WSL this season, but they've been pegged back.
Sounds like a last minute. Oh, 90+3, Brighton scored. Yeah, Liverpool were disappointed with that. I think they were really hoping for their first victory of the season. Could have been vital, especially with West Ham go on to win if they haven't already won already. They're still playing. So yeah, real unfortunate there for Liverpool.
Well, we continue, and we're now into the 14th minute of added on time at the end of this second period. Neville is back defending still. Referee allows play to continue. There's a suspicion of handball. This is Spence away from Kennedy. Neville. Hard fought, but deserved. London City Lionesses grab a fourth win of the campaign. Jocelyn Pracheur's side, twice in front, twice pegged back, but came on strong to claim a 4-2 victory. Freya Godfrey, very much the star of the show, with 2 goals and an assist. Nikita Paris on her 200th WSL appearance, also on the score sheet. Milden own goal added to London City Lionesses' tally as well. Tanberg from the spot, and Samanen, probably goal of the game for Tottenham, a fantastic free kick, but it's Freya Godfrey that's going to grab the headlines. Nikita Paris with that 200th WSL appearance on the winning side and on the score sheet as well. It's been a terrific all-round display from Jocelyn Pracheur's side. Full-time here, London City Lionesses 4, Tottenham Hotspur 2. So, Jocelyn Pracheur, high fives all round. He knows that his sides have been made to work for the 3 points here. I tend to think that these two teams are going to go head-to-head, nip and tuck over the course of the season. Will London City's better quality and squad depth potentially win out in terms of where these two teams will finish at the end of the season? But there's a lot of quality in both of these two sides, I think, Chris.
Absolutely, and we saw that today in the game. Some individual brilliance from the likes of Evelina Samanan, like you say, and Freya Godfrey today. But yeah, I think some of the Tottenham players there are a little bit disappointed, probably expected to try and get a bit more out of the game today. But you know, coming down to London City, their home ground, it's a difficult place to come. You know, they're kind of making it their fortress really, and as I mentioned even before, they had the last couple of home games wins against West Ham and Liverpool, so you know, it is a difficult place to come to, and yeah, I think for London City they'll definitely want to try and make their home ground their fortress going forward for the rest of the season.
Good to see the owner as well join in at the end, Michelle Kang there in the huddle, sort of. Real togetherness amongst the squad. Jocelyn Pressure, of course, speaking with all of the squad and the staff as well, and look, he knows that they put a shift in today. And from a Spurs standpoint as well, Martin Ho will obviously be disappointed with the outcome, but there's some positives to take out of this defeat, I would have thought, because there's been some quality goals and there's some quality in the Spurs squad for sure, but you can see the difference in the smiles between the two groups of players. Jocelyn Pressure, he's going to demand more from this team. He knows that the pressure is on, there's a focus on this team. It's not a regular side up from the second tier, and the fans are beginning to come in more significant and serious numbers as well. They've enjoyed their day. And Jocelyn Pressure leading the rabble-rousing after this game as well. Freya Godfrey there, all smiles. She knows that she's been the star of the show. Fantastic game from her, a couple of goals and an assist, and maybe more to come. She was promoted to the starting lineup today.
Yeah, definitely. She's had a good game, and just going back to the fans, I just want to say that, you know, it's really good to see London City building a bit of a fan base now. You know, I've been down to the ground a couple of times, and there's always a decent following there and a good atmosphere. And they've put a lot of activities on for the kids. I think that's really important to see. Because I was always curious as an independent club, with, you know, not linked to a men's team, how it would be and what their attendances would be like coming into the WSL. But credit to the club, but whatever it is, the work they're doing behind the scenes, it's really good, and they've just got a real good community feel down there, and it's great to see fans getting involved and picking up results like this against teams like Tottenham. I'm sure the fans will be back.
Yeah, there's it's interesting, isn't it? Because from the outsiders looking in, it's like, well, if you're attached to a men's side, there are obvious positives. But I think being an independent club, you know, you can manoeuvre a little bit better. You can do your own thing. So from a training point of view, you haven't got to worry about what the men's side are doing. You've got your own time and so on and so forth. There's positives, isn't there, for sure?
Absolutely, and you know, you see the plans for the new training facility that's being built as well. So, yeah, I think it's just a really good time for the club. It's good to see Michelle Kang down there. She does like to get involved. It's interesting that Grace Goyer wasn't putting her arm around her, but I think it's because the jacket coach is wearing is so expensive, and because it's got a nice beige colour, she probably doesn't want to ruin it, does she? So maybe that's the reason she didn't quite wrap her arm around her. We'll see.
Yeah, great to see the owner involved, and great to see London City Lionesses doing well. As we mentioned, a lot of focus on the side. Came up, of course, from the second tier. Not going to challenge for title honours just yet, but you know it's probably going to be on its way over the course of the next few years.
Absolutely. Michelle Kang's made that very clear, hasn't she, that it's a project which they'll definitely be looking to do that, and even, like I say, just building the training facility and the infrastructure. They'll be wanting to keep signing players like Grace Goyer, and yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what happens in the next 5 years.
Martin Ho, as you can see, deep in his own thoughts and scribbling down one or two match notes from this defeat. Well, I think we can hear from the Barclays player of the match next, Freya Godfrey. She's shortly going to be with Gaurav. Not quite yet. She's not quite yet ready to speak to us, but look, she's been a terrific player today, and I think that she's almost guaranteed to start the next game, because she's only started 3 games so far this season, in and out of the starting lineup. But when you score 2 and you assist 1, then you would have thought you're going to be in for the next game.
Yeah, I think she's definitely cemented herself for the game next week against Aston Villa. And ultimately, you know, you want to keep players in the team that are full of confidence, and certainly from today, she showed that confidence. But her confidence is only going to be improved from the 2 goals and the assist that she got today. So, yeah, I'll be very surprised if she's not in the squad, but yeah, guaranteed that she'll be on that team sheet come next week.
Well, I think we can now hear from the Barclays Player of the Match.
Godfrey, thank you so much for joining us. You've got a huge smile on your face, 2 goals and an assist. Not a bad afternoon for you.
Yeah, no, it's very good. That was my first 2 WSL goals, so I'm buzzing, and obviously, more importantly, 3 points for the team, a big 3 points for, you know, the league table. So yeah, we're all very happy, and yeah, I'm happy that I could contribute.
You had to fight hard for that one all across the pitch. What was the message at half-time to you guys?
Yeah, I think just sticking it. I think obviously it was tough. Like you said, it was a fight. I think it was more of a fighting game than a tactical game, which, you know, isn't always ideal, but sometimes you have them games in football, and we had to be ready to adapt to it, which I think we did really well. And yeah, I think, well, we came out on top in the end, so yeah, positive.
You grabbed your first and second WSL goal. Nikita Paris, on the other hand, scored on her 200th appearance. What's it like having her on the team to work with someone who's that experienced?
Yeah, I think especially for me as a young player, like I grew up watching Keats. Like, it's incredible to be able to, you know, be on a team with her, even like a sister on her 200th appearance. Like, that for me is probably one of, like, regardless of the 2 goals today, that itself is a career highlight for me, just to be able to share that moment with her. You know, she's such an incredible, you know, she's a legend of the game, and I think that itself has shown in her career and how much she's achieved. So yeah, I think it's very positive for me and all the other young players to be able to be in and around her and like bounce off her and learn from her.
You're 6th in the WSL now. There have been some fantastic performances so far. For you guys, what's the feeling? Are you thinking that the sky is the limit in the WSL?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I know obviously we didn't get the result we wanted last week, but against, you know, the 6 times champions in a row, like, we showed what we're capable of, and obviously the result today, very, very positive, and we just want to keep going further and further, you know, combining the 2 with our performances and our results. And yeah, I think, like I said, the sky's the limit, and we can just keep pushing and keep showing the league what we're capable of. You know, for a promoted team, I think no one expected us to do as well as we have, so we just want to keep pushing the boundaries and keep blowing people's expectations.
Well, congratulations on the win, and also congratulations because you are the Barclays WSL Player of the Match. I'm going to give you this.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Freya.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Really pleased with her performance. You could sense that she was hugely buzzing there, Caris, wasn't she?
Yeah, I think she deserves the trophy just for her post-match interview. You know, spoke very well for such a young player. Yeah, came across really well. So yeah, you could tell how happy she was. I don't think she stopped smiling throughout that whole time. But it's nice for her to, obviously Nikita's on the screen now, it's nice that she feels her contribution in assisting to Nikita, who she called a WSL legend. You know, that's a highlight for her as well. So really nice for her to say that about Keats.
Here's a reminder of the weekend action, results from the games today as well. 1-1 Arsenal-Chelsea yesterday with that Villa win over United, as we know. Here, London City with that 4-2 success over Spurs. And elsewhere, well, in the end, Liverpool won, Brighton won, West Ham won, Leicester won. Late levellers for Brighton and Leicester against Liverpool and West Ham respectively, to dash the hopes of those 2 clubs of getting a first win in the league this season. And kicking off very shortly, Everton against Manchester City. This is what the table looks like after the latest fixtures have been completed. Liverpool and West Ham at the foot of the standings, as we know. London City Lionesses up to 6th position, 3 points behind Tottenham. Now Villa, of course, 7th. They slip a place after London City's win at the top. Chelsea unbeaten in 33 now in the WSL, but Manchester City can go top if they beat Everton a little later today. Well, it's Godfrey that grabs the headlines with a double. She has been excellent for London City Lionesses, who have grabbed a 4th win of the season from myself, Dan Roebuck, and from Keris Harrop. That's your lot. Goodbye for now.